I cannot be baited, I stay in rotation, yeah, I'm on another level. My champ got it different, my hezzy is different, just watch how I split the double. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not a fluke, I'm packing my stats, I'm averaging triple doubles. I'm trying to level up, my level is way, way, way up. I'm trying to level up, my level is way, way, way up. I'm trying to level up, my level is way, way, way up. I'm trying to level up, my level is way, way, way up.
Let's go! You're watching the NBA 2K League. Shout out to our viewers out there on Twitch and YouTube. It's time for Bracket Play, Day 3 of the Turn Banner Chain Series powered by AT&T. It's your girl, Autumn Johnson, checking in as your host. And y'all, as we head into Day 3, just a reminder, one unique about the Turn is it is mixed conference play, and that brought some intense matchups last night. You see it right here. Blazer 5 swept Raptors Uprising, and 76ers GC advanced after being taken to Game 3 by Dukes Infinitos. And there is more action to come for sure. Really excited to see how it goes down. And let's go ahead and see what's at stake for the Turn, because you already know what it is. 250K prize pool with the champs taking home 100K. I don't know about y'all, but that's a lot of money and a big bag to take home. I know these pros are hungry to get after it. In order to break it all down, gotta bring in my guys, Dirk and JT, as always, for the night. What's up, guys? How we feeling about tonight, Dirk?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm wondering if we're going to break this trend of not getting a Game 3 in a night, because you go back over to the tip-off, there were a lot of sweeps. I think the only Game 3 that we got in those early stages was that Pistons and T-Wolves matchup. But of course, it is the Turn. The competition gets ramped up at this point in time, so no shock that we're starting to see some more competitive action.
No shock at all. JT, you excited about tonight?
I am, because I feel like we got some really good matchups tonight. Some really good matchups. I'm ready to see Greens play. Like, that's what I told you I was ready to see weeks ago when they were, coming off a 2-4 tip-off. Now look at them, 6-0. Like, I'm ready to see like some good basketball. I've been seeing good basketball this week, so no complaints. No complaints.
Day 3 is going down, but before we get to it, we got to talk about last night, Dirk. What did you think about last night's games? Because we got some good ones yesterday.
Oh, I love a little theatrics when it comes down to when there's money on the line, everything that happened with B5 and Raptors Uprising. Of course, I was out watching. I put you guys up on the big screen, by the way. I had the YouTube stream open, so you guys were on the 75-inch in the living room. So it was cool. My dogs were like sitting there, like looking at the screen, like, what is this? Is this what you're always yelling about in your office? But it was good. I feel like we are at a point, right, where there's some upsets that we might see, but still other teams kind of taking care of business. And I think it was big for 76ers GC, because we've created this motion around them, and rightfully so, over the past couple of years. When they're remote, they struggle a little bit. They really get pushed to their limits, and they still come out there on top. If they could just get there in person, that's where everything changes. So for me, that was the matchup I was looking at. I was like, oh, is Philly gonna lose this one? Will they not get a chance to try to defend it? So it's gonna be good to see back out there in District D.
Well, all of these teams are fighting for that right there, to get to District E, to compete for that money. And here's what's on the schedule for tonight. The first feature matchup is Jazz Gaming taking on NetsGC. Falling right after, we're going to have Pacers Gaming taking on Gen G Tigers. Excited to see those two battle it out. It's still a best-of-3 series for sure. So going to see if we get those Game 3s, or will it be a sweep from one of these series? We shall see, of course. We're going to touch a little bit, though, later on the night at 6:30. Dirk, I really want to dive into that one before we get going. Pacers Gaming Gen G, what can you tell us about this matchup?
Yeah, I already got a little snippet looking at our League Ops document about some of the lineups that are out there, what archetypes are being used. And Pacers Gaming, for the entirety of the Turn, they've actually had the popper out there. I think maybe Big Rain was on it inside at one point. They're actually going back to the inside big. And it's very interesting, because I feel like their offense with both Greenlight and Chess, especially Greenlight, the numbers have started to rise in that matchup. So for them to be able to go back over to an inside, I'm wondering if that maybe we're going to start to see some struggles that we saw from this team going in towards a tip-off tournament. So I wonder if that'll come about in Gen G. It's kind of business as usual for them. It's really nice to see Gallo, out of all people on that team, really start to find his form now, because that was something that we were waiting on. Just when is he going to bring that spark during the tip-off? Well, he's started to bring it here in the Turn.
Well, speaking of sparks, JT, the Pacers are top 3 in blocks per game and steals per game, and a big contributor to that is J-Snack. So check out these defensive stats from him in group stage. There you see it right there. 8 points per game. I mean, 4.3 rebounds per game. Doing it all and more on the defensive end as a two-way player. What is allowing him to be a defensive presence in this fashion, do you think?
I feel like he's just very bold, like in a way to where he can be aggressive and he can play so free. I feel like the biggest thing will always be mental defensively, and he's just like that. Like, we've seen it in threes, we're seeing it now. He's just that guy that goes out there and makes a play. He doesn't really think about it, he just does it. A lot of players have to think before they make a move. He does a lot of moves on the defensive end off of instinct.
Off of instinct, I mean, that's just pure natural talent. Let's tap into Jazz Gaming versus NetsGC, though. That's the game that's right in front of us. We're waiting for that tip-off very shortly. Jazz, they're top 3 in opponents per game, and then also Nets lead league in steals per game, Street second overall. Dirk, ever since Steve's made that switch to center, the Nets have been cruising as of late. Is it a disadvantage at this point going up against one of the best centers in Rhea?
I think that for the experience that Steez has, right? I mean, I'm sure that if you look in the past that they have battled, since Steez being in the league since season 1 and Rhea coming in since season 2. So yeah, especially when you're talking about both guys being on an inside big man instead of one being on a pop. So seeing that matchup, and of course we know so much of it now becomes power forward versus center, but there are going to be a lot of opportunities. I think, right, you're looking at the points per game numbers, obviously a jump for Steez with him playing power forward for so long. Rhea's numbers still up there looking very good despite him being on a popper for a lot of 5 versus 5. I think really is going to be that defensive impact that you're seeing right there. The steals per game and the blocks per game. Rhea just sitting right there at 1. Steez almost there. I think that's going to be the one thing that's truly going to shine out here in towards this matchup. But got to show a lot of love to Steez and all the work that he's been able to put in at the center position. I feel like when he played center throughout his entire NBA 2K League career, we never put him up there. He is one of the best centers in the entire world. He always does the little things. Since he's gone on to the center position, he has started to rise to the top as being one of the best centers at this moment.
Well, there you saw it. I mean, will NetsGC continue that winning streak and remain flawless? Here are our starting lineups. As we mentioned, Jazz taking on Nets, but we talked all about the bigs. JT, is there other type of matchup that you're looking out for tonight, or is something we should be keying on?
It has to be the point guards. Like, I feel like Kel and Glenn Ratty, they can match each other, but Greens has been outplaying rec combos all year by a mile.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
So if
welcome back
can't really keep up
to the
with
clubhouse,
Greens, they'll have the trouble
where me, you, and the rest of the crew can catch every single game, every single second of NetsGC action. What's up, everyone in the chat? Let me know how the audio is. We're going to be on the main broadcast for the next half hour or so. And you guys know we typically hang out in the command center, so I don't really have to do much balancing of the audio. But with Dirk and JT and Autumn here in the background, I just want to make sure that I'm not overpowering. If you want to hear more of the commentary or vice versa. What's up, Jen? What's up, Chris? Mama Greens, hopefully everyone's good today.
At the same time, you got some teams that's
Oh, geez, Uncle Phil.
like the Pacers going back to an inside.
Appreciate everyone
I don't know how that's going to work.
for tuning
But
in.
the conference team using the inside,
It's going to be a fun one. It is the
Yeah, because I mean, the numbers obviously you can go back and check.
it's the first
but there was a
like
significant
series we've played in
drop-off,
5v5
specifically
in
going over
almost
towards
2 years.
Greenlight, I feel like with his offensive consistency,
I'm gonna go full screen here for a little bit and see most
really
of the
allowed him to
action.
try to find his footing. But maybe, you know, it was a mechanics thing. Just
Oh,
trying to get
my,
used to
Greens.
some of the dribbling as Greens gets us started off with
Those
a
contested
three
threes
coming
are,
out there for NetsGC.
I mean,
Oh, no take.
yeah, no takeover as well. Even JT's at a loss for words.
Oh, off the free throw.
Just a little bit as Rhea gets the first points of the game.
But yeah, as I was saying, chat, it's it's the first best. It's the first series we've played in 5v5 in almost 2 years. The last time we were in a series,
right there, 69 points a game. They are 7th in points per game in the NBA 2K League.
no, actually, it's just over a year. Actually, we played in a series against Heat Check Gaming during the turn last year.
Yick.
Oof.
He definitely has.
Right
Like,
on
I
cue.
feel like he's really on a team that fits him. Like him playing with greens for years in pre-draft, like it's really paying off. Their chemistry is paying off, and I feel like he's finally
Just testing
found
out different
the
cameras. We're off to a good
situation
start,
that really
7-4.
fits him
Yeah, well, we talked about it.
So it's a best of 3 tonight, chat.
Caused an upset here against NetsGC, who did not drop a single game in group play, but we caught up with Utah, asked them how they feel about coming into the turn.
Worst case scenario, game 3 is slated for 8 p.m. tonight. So a potential grind in front of us. Best case scenario, we're able to get out of this in a clean 2 games. Wrap this up by 7:30 or so.
They're a tough matchup for us, but we also feel very confident against them because they run a traditional pick and roll. We kind of struggle against 5 out, but we're getting better with it.
We got in through the last game with the win over the Grizz, and now we get to play the Nets. We're very excited.
Kind of made it.
Kel, I mean, Rhea's the superstar that we all know, but Kel's the guy. If you guys have been paying attention to Jazz Gaming, one of the few teams where the shooting guard is the lead scorer, the higher usage guard. He's led the team in like 6 or 7 of their 12 games so far in 5v5. Like led the team in scoring.
I feel like he's one of those people. He's like unintentionally funny, and he also keeps a straight face when he says some stuff like that. So he always gives some.
He had a crazy outburst earlier this year. It might have been in this. Was it a tip-off? He had 31 points last game, but in the tip-off, he went off for 43.
How far, like how long has it been? Like
I mean, it came in an L, but it was against a good Bucks gaming team that's a contender year in, year out, defending champs, and he only missed 5 shots. He dropped 43 points, so he's going to be a point of emphasis for our defense tonight, chat.
I think the first time that I heard of Rhea, I actually played him in a 2K18 team-up lobby, I want to say. And I mean, you know Rhea's playstyle in 2K18 team-up. You know what he was doing to me. And I was like, damn, okay, this is the guy that everyone's hyping up. That it's like, if he would have went to this year's draft, it'd be something different. Yo, man, I was like, bro, what is going on?
Oh, he was giving you that work.
Oh, it was interesting because like I think at the time it's how team up lobbies back then, like you could just have somebody. If you just
Is Streets rocking a new hairstyle on his avatar? I might be tripping out.
I think I was playing with like Dave Fry as my point guard, and then I was on the center, so I was like, oh no.
Jen, maybe you can confirm this for me. I don't remember that look.
That's on a steal.
Oh, Steve goes double clutch with it, gets it to go. 11-9 now with under 2 minutes to go in the first. I know that we need a big performance coming from Kaze. Autumn had brought up Streets, the defensive work that he's been putting in this year. No, he was so excited to get out here in 5 versus 5. See what impact that he can make on a huge series coming.
Yeah, new hairstyle.
The only series they've played so far here in 5 versus 5.
No way.
That
What
just
is going
on?
on?
Top of the backboard. And there we go. I have never seen that.
That was. I might have to clip that for social.
Like, bro.
What was that?
That usually like pops off the back or it's just whistled. No, it's set up there for a very long time. It's Glenn Ratty fires
Glenn ready to
away,
go.
and it's green for Glenn.
Such a good pass.
We don't. By the way, chat, we don't have JJ tonight. He's actually with the guys in the studio. He's recording a lot of like behind the scenes footage. So if you guys want to check that out, it'll be on our Instagram, and he's also posting highlights on social. So he's the do it all kind of superstar that he is. He's working tonight.
They're a huge reason why these teams went undefeated in their group play.
I feel like they have, like I said with Glenn, it's the same thing with B-Rich. Like when you have that shooting guard that really can fit your play style and you can work well with him lately, I feel like it really shows. And those two teams,
yeah. So like
Glenn and Green,
not just in spirit he's with us, but he's also physically with the team. So all that success JJ has brought us, it's being put to good use tonight.
He got one of the best shots all time.
Yeah, I was saying that Ant and B-roll, so I should just say B-Rich. He's keeping the hope of if you're just a pure sharpshooter in the game of 2K.
Did we get a contest? Yes, that jump 26. That's crazy.
Hey, I could play in the 2K league. I don't know have to learn how to get these crazy dribble moves down at the shooting guard position to go do that.
Yeah,
I
like that. Because he used to be a point guard, too.
They get over to Kase,
Somebody help.
and now it's with Kel fading away up top. Can they get the contest? They can. It's slightly early, so first quarter come to a close. It's 19-13.
All right, good start, chat. 19-13.
Paced by Greens and that backcourt in general heating up right now. Glenn Ratty combining for 15 points together. Before we
Changed
get
up a
into
little bit. I mean, chat, hopefully you guys are good tonight. I mean, you see the standings on your screen right now. Man, what a turnaround. Like, I don't think the guys and Kurt get enough credit for starting 0-6 and their playoff odds literally in the gutter and turning it around where they control their own destiny, right? Like, hats off to the guys. So here's what happens. Here's what's going to happen. To clinch a playoff spot, chat, a win tonight, and either Cavs Legion or Hornets Venom losing tomorrow clinches our spot. We don't need both of them to lose. As long as one of them loses and we win tonight, we are locked for the playoffs. We get to avoid the dreaded ticket. Now, it's all good vibes here. It's all positive scenarios. But just for, let's play what if. If we lose tonight, we still can clinch the playoffs if they both lose tomorrow. So, I mean, there's that backup scenario, but of course, Kurt will tell you, the guys will tell you, they want to control their own fate, control their own destiny. A win tonight and a loss from either Cleveland or Charlotte tomorrow clinches our spot in the playoffs. Mama Streets, you missed us putting up 19 points in that first quarter. We're up 6 right now, so 19-13. Greens leads all scorers with 9 points. Perfect. Oh no, he's 3 of 4. Glenn's perfect shooting. 2 of 2. He's got 6. And Streets is rocking a new hairstyle.
Because if Blazers win, then they should be in, or not. They should be. They will be. But yeah, like like Dirk was saying, it's just gonna be hell. Like, hell is hot, and I can't wait. League is so competitive, and it's a good thing. It's a bad thing for everybody who's not going to
help him. Oh, that's a good find by Rick. Missed it.
Teams, so
okay, we got lucky. That's good though.
Make the playoffs, as Dirk can say, season 1. Wizards needed the magic to, every Wizard needed a little bit of magic. Oh my.
That's okay.
Yeah, you guys had the whole cheering section behind him, rallying true. I even think some of you guys stepped up and tried coaching at one point for him.
Ain't no something. It's just me. I went in that upstairs room and gave a speech. You hit me.
Got 22-15 here in this one. As it's Jazz Gaming on one side getting the steal, but it will be Greens on the break.
Greens with the rookie sensation with 2 early turnovers here in the second quarter. They're kind of looking for that.
The scoring coming out there with Greens. So both guards with 9 points here in this one for NetsGC. As we'll see what Rhett Combos has in store for us. Goes middle, feeds Rhea down low again, and Rio.
Okay, Utah fighting. We expect this. All the games have been super close this week, chat.
That game, Dirk, was I got into it with Boston, and that was the I forget his name, but
that's aggressive. Oh my goodness!
The first player to get fined for a game he wasn't playing in.
Oh, Shots wants that one back.
Did Gabe come up to you and then lay down the law?
Nah, it wasn't Gabe. I have to think of his name. It wasn't Gabe.
See, we got Gabe, Danny, Glitch. Who else there from season 1? Yeah, Daniel. Nope.
Yeah, we're unlucky on that.
He used to be with Donahue all the time.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, but I cannot remember the name.
Right. I know you know,
I think eventually I think I'm connected with them on LinkedIn, so I might be able to go.
I think some of these corner passes are going to be open, Jet.
And bring it to it. But back over here towards this match, we're able to catch up with Steez and Streets, and we talked to them about what to look out for when they're playing Jazz.
You kind of love it. You kind of love it when that works out.
The three big things that you got to look out for when going against Jazz Gaming is definitely not letting them score in transition. Try to keep them in the half court. Try to keep Bria off the offensive boards. Don't give them any second chances. And I would say don't let Kelmab just start shooting everything and start scoring 30 a game. Because I know that's been a lot of their success. He's been kind of going crazy for him, honestly.
Not letting the guards get anything free and just containing Bria as much as we can. Like, you're not gonna really stop nobody in this league. So as long as we just make it hard as possible for the guards and for him, we should be fine.
We can keep those three things to a limit. We should be all right.
This is a pet peeve of mine, chat.
First off, talk about
when NetsGC,
rebounding, something that we saw
and I know I'm being psycho here, but like NetsGC technically is spelled without a space in between Nets and GC. But sometimes,
he's like, yeah, just can't let Kelmab just go crazy for 30. It screams from way downtown, gets it to go. Kelmab definitely.
Sometimes 2K League Social, the broadcast gets that wrong.
When they went into 5 out, he just started going crazy.
Big response from the guys, though. Nothing me.
Good with them going back to the inside for Utah.
Good defense, Glenn.
The way his game has transformed, which it's just bad luck that he happened to shoot that terrible shot there. The way his game has grown, I feel like it's just so huge and so pivotal. He's consistent and he just has a lot of. I feel like the confidence in his game, it shows on the court now. I feel like years ago he was very confident, but I don't always think his game matched his confidence. Now I feel like his game matches his confidence.
Who are you talking about, chat? Glenn?
Yeah, last time out, that was against Grizz Gaming, so way before the bye week. He had 31 points. He only missed 4 shots, and he only had 1 attempt on the inside, 13 from behind the arc.
That's smooth, Glenn.
Tonight, not the hottest in shooting coming out from Kel so far.
Okay, so you know what? Maybe it's on me that we're not broadcasting this enough, but it is definitely there is no space in between Nets and GC.
As it's 32-21, 11-point lead right now for Brooklyn, picking up right where they left off in their group play domination. As Rhett Combos dance around up top, hits the hesitation. Kel tries to cut on the inside, and now they get it to Kaze in the corner. 3 seconds to work with. Out to Kel. Got to get something up. They go to Kaze.
It's good defense. The guys are playing so well tonight.
Down the rebound in NetsGC. They want to run with it again.
I like that patience from Glenn.
But Dirk, Frank, what happened? I scratched my head.
Bro, Glenn was just sitting in the corner. Steez was all the way up towards half court, and he somehow got a lane and got a slam out of it.
Like, once he got doubled, I scratched my head and looked back up. He was dunking the ball. But I was saying Frank said the name. Frank said the name.
Glenn with badge.
Name, but then I thought of Breaking Bad. I'm like Aaron Paul, but no.
See, they're testing those corners. With how Utah was playing their defense, they're in the middle of the first quarter.
I believe he's, remember him when he
or even the start of the second.
Soccer stuff, maybe with the MLS.
Now they're just throwing those.
But like I said, that was the connection I was gonna have.
I like that foul to give.
Type in like a name and see, be like, hey, JT, is this the guy? Send you a photo.
Yeah, I was. Boston was not happy with us how much we celebrated. I'm like, bro, all you had to do was win. Don't be mad at me. I wasn't on the court. I ain't play against you.
Right?
Let it go.
He got a couple takeovers for Jazz Gaming. As soon as I said that, didn't even make a difference.
Man, that ball didn't touch the ground. We just needed one of the 24 seconds in the shot clock on that.
They are up by 16. 5 seconds left in the half. Rhett Combos tries to go down to Riyadh, stolen there by Steve.
Man, that is as dominant of a first half as you could really ask from the guys.
Out there from Brooklyn on the back of Glenn Ratty, 16 points, 12
Jeez.
8 for Steve.
I mean, Glenn, if you guys follow him on IG,
they're looking pretty solid, Dirk. And
one of his last stories, he's something along the lines of he has never been more locked in, and
we'll be right back real soon.
He was not lying. 16 points, leads all scorers on perfect shooting, 6 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3. Everyone just kind of doing their thing, and I mean, I appreciate you, Mama Groots. Yes, NetsGC, no space in between. Yeah, no, huge scoring output from our New York-born backcourt of Greens and Glenn. I think the biggest thing, chat, the broadcast kind of had Steez talk about it a little bit, and just containing Kel. He's the engine behind their offense. Again, he had that 43-point performance in the tip-off. He had 31 last game. In their last win, he was like 9 of 13 from 3. Like, this guy has been a flamethrower of a guard and a scorer. And tonight, so far, chat, Kel has 4 points. He's 2 of 7 from the field. And more importantly, he's 0 of 5 from 3. So one of those keys Steez was talking about during that little stinger that they showed, not letting Kel go off from 3. The guys are executing perfectly right now. Late to the party, OG. What's up? The score is 39-23. NetsGC up by 16 points. Glenn leads with 16. And then again, we were just talking about, containing Kel and making sure he's not getting his shots up and he's not making an impact, and having some of these other auxiliary options kind of step up to the plate. And so one of the things I'm so excited about, chat, is the guys getting a chance to kind of prep. I think there's like a skill gap in the league, in any kind of competitive space, where if a team is given a certain amount of days to kind of prep for an opponent, they're able to up their level of game higher than some of their peers. And you see some of the best teams in the 2K League are do just that. And I feel like this group wasn't really given a chance to do that last year because, we didn't really make it to too many in-person events. But time in, time out, when the guys get a chance to go to DC and put in some prep work, they're awesome. So that's another reason why I'm so excited to see them play in a series, because their in-game adjustments, we'll be able to get to see that in real time. So it's super dope.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
And OG King Kurtz, bro, we were just saying, in between the first and the second quarter, a win tonight and a loss by either Charlotte or Cleveland tomorrow will clinch a spot in the playoffs for us.
What's up, 2K fam, and welcome back to The Turn, powered by AT&T. It's your girl, Autumn Johnson, checking in alongside my guys, Dirk and JT. We just saw first half action of Jazz.
I wonder if they'll go
the Nets, and
to the next game, because the next game is going to go tip off at 6:30.
They've been cooking. And again, there's so many teams that we kind of sit there when they establish their dominance and really start to carry it on. That's exactly what they're doing. They have not skipped a beat despite the bye week. Oh no, probably some players went home. They weren't scrimming as much, but they look good.
They sure do, and they look good. I mean, they just have to close it out and continue that momentum in this next half. JT, though, that backcourt has been heating up, especially Greens and Glenn Braddy.
I wonder if they'll change it, because
what has impressed you the most about
Greens?
I feel like he's just really coming into his own, and he's living up to the hype. Like, it was back-to-back years. He potentially could have went number one, and when you have that hype around you, the question mark becomes, will you live up to it? And he is. Like, I'm looking at this, it's a good list of 5. I feel like Greens is a clear winner right now. Like, top 4 threes team. Then right now, he's one of the best in the league. Like, look at that.
Mama Greens, like
I feel like just he's rookie of the year.
He's close. We're inching closer and closer to
stamp it. JT said it right here,
a
right
benchmark
there.
moment in his career.
You've been very high on him. You were excited to see him. We heard that a few weeks ago from you, actually.
I know he is very much a team accolade over
elevate
personal
this team
accolade,
in
but
more. So excited to see how that plays out for him. And that would be well deserved.
this
But wanna see what other
potential
noise he can
rookie
make for
of the
this
year
Nets team
moment is
closing out the second half. You know what's going to be key when
I
we
think
come
we all
into
know,
this third
Chad.
quarter,
It was meant to be, and so
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
think for the
excited at that
Jazz,
possibility.
It's limiting the turnovers and not even just the turnovers off the misses. The Nets are doing a phenomenal job of running the break. When you're going off the misses, there really shouldn't be a whole lot of opportunities for them to get out and run. You should be able to capitalize and get more stops than they should getting scores on the other side. But once you start to get all that momentum to one team, it is very hard to stop them. And you're seeing some of the shots like that right there. I think the play where Glenn Ratty was stuck in a corner, Steves was all the way at the top, and somehow there was enough space for Glenn to get a shot.
39-23.
How this matchup is going.
I'm going to go back to full screen. I'm very superstitious.
Well, here we go. Third quarter action. Dirk, take it away.
Oh, I thought Glenn was going to let that go.
JT did too.
Nah.
I thought Glenn was feeling good.
Oh, I thought he was shooting that.
I'm excited to see once.
The best part is he went into a shooting animation, so he it crossed his mind. You know what I mean? Like Glen range, it crossed his mind for sure.
Oof, not to me, man. Not to me. That is a rainbow. I don't know. Like I feel like the only one who can come close would be Connor. But I mean, Green's it's just happened a year. Connor is too, but like I don't know. Can you put a power
Oh my
forward over a
goodness,
point guard?
he got the contest.
I mean, that's the one thing I'll always say, right? Rookie of the year, it's kind of just about the skill level and what you bring, and again, factoring in 3v3 and 5 versus 5. Connor has to be up there. I think low-key godlike with his work he put in threes is great. I just, individually, he has been playing pretty well for Dukes Infinitos and 5s, but I don't think it's show-stopping enough. It'd be crazy to see a power forward win that. It'd be nuts. But I think Greens, to your point, I still got a lot of love for Kai too. Again, just kind of basic. I feel almost if we're talking about like a guard matchup, the closest thing that we have to like a Gallo and unguardable is kind of like what we ended up seeing like this year, like a Greens and Kai, but Greens is edging him out.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I just don't like. I kind of have to put it in, at least my perspective, I kind of have to leave team success out of it. It's just like individual. And that's just when it's like Greaves is just balling.
I think
Kai's balling too, so it's
well, you
like that's
chat
where,
like Utah's got maybe one
like
more,
if we're
2
not-
more pushes left
now
in
if
them,
we're putting
but
team success into it, then yeah,
you can hold them
now
off
it's just
for
Greaves all the way. But if we take it
3
just
more minutes as we
individually,
close
yeah,
out this
Greaves and
quarter.
Kai
I
are
think
neck and neck, like unguardable and Gallo were last
it's game's at
See,
halftime
if
right
we-
now.
if we
Oh,
have
what's
to
up, Phil?
factor in
Yeah,
team success, that would put Connor above Greens.
I think did I read it wrong?
Because the Pistons were so much better in threes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Your son.
so much better. I mean, I thought Pistons were second in money made and Nets were third.
They also, I mean, you go money made, but then also there were the runner-ups going into the finals too.
Yeah, didn't who the yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of
Then again,
where
I
the
bet
Nets
like
finished.
there's the
I'm not
success.
debating that.
He's also a powerful. I was just saying it just to be like controversial. It's kind of like the same thing with Bill.
Oh,
Russell's got
okay.
11 rings.
Well, welcome
He's better
to the
than this
stream.
person.
He's playing basketball. That's
you
commitment
can't really
from
factor in
your
the
family.
team success. I know power forwards played a pivotal role. in
We
threes, too, but
appreciate
it's
it.
like, come
Welcome
on,
to the
like,
Nets
for a
GC
guard with
fan.
that, you got to give it to him.
Yeah,
He's got 21 points at the
Pistons,
half.
their backcourt has more
Pulling-
than
he's
the
pulling
whole
a Glenn.
Jazz team.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, Chris,
18
same
points
as
for
well.
Glenn, 14 for Green.
I mean, there's still a lot of time
As
left,
the
but
offensive struggles continue here. Both guards from Jazz Gaming, both 2 of 7 from the
my
field.
mind's already kind of
See if somebody could try to get some offensive spark. It's really just been all
veering off to like potential adjustments both sides can make for game 2.
Jazz Gaming, not so much when they had Splash because he was always doing his thing, but if you ever needed a bucket, Rhea was always there to be able to create.
You're a fan of Greens, man.
Open on a slip, let him put the ball down.
Join the club. We've got the president of the Greens fan club in here, Mama Greens.
Well, we're in season 6. A big not winning the game.
You can see Pacers game versus Gen G. That one's tipping off.
50-27.
Sent to the ticket with a loss.
Chad, I think we might have to go to the command center soon. Just with how lopsided the score is, I'm pretty sure they're either going to double box us to death here, or they're just going to throw us to the command center regardless.
I'm not sure why. Like I don't.
We'll see.
I don't.
I mean, Chad, it's up to you guys. Tell me how you feel about it.
Few games being
wait this out.
So like it just has to be something that they see that I don't.
There it is. All right.
We'll see. Like you said, Green Light's offense really kicked up when they were in the 5-out.
All right, we're locked back in. Just you, me, and some basketball ambiance. $50-32. I've got the main broadcast up on another monitor, so as soon as they switch us back, I'll push us back. But I think I don't think they will until our next game, to be honest. Oh. Another one. Chat, like, you guys know better than anyone. This year has been packed. Like, I mean, like, just absolutely, we've been bombarded with crazy close games that have kept us on the edge of our seats. And from a viewing experience, it's been phenomenal when we win. But there have been no shortage of memorable moments. But these last 2 games, and I'm not complaining, I want all these games to be like this. But between this game and Celtics crossover, it's been smooth sailing, and it just feels different. It feels weird. But I mean, if all the games are like this between now and the championship, then I mean, I'll be the first to sign up. What's up, Trill? It is a flood alert. The flood in Boston has traveled to Utah. All right, final. Let's tee it up. Oh, okay. Final possession of the quarter will go to Utah. All right, there you go, chat. 60-38, third consecutive quarter that we've won. Look at that. 21 apiece from Greens and Glenn. Glenn still perfect from the field. Streets finally gets on the board, but like we've said all year, it's like the stuff he does goes far beyond the box score. I mean, it's an individual and a team thing when it comes to the defense, but I mean, you got to look at that Utah backcourt. 0 of 9 collectively from deep. That's huge, especially considering how proficient of a prolific of a scorer Kel has been, then you've got Shots and Steves doing the dirty work in the paint. You love to see it. This is like, for those who like play 2K, Pro-Am, these are one of those games where you don't even make it to the end of the third quarter. Everyone is just dashboarding or quitting app, and they're on to the next. There's no point in playing this. But in the 2K League, I've got to finish it out. Where did the original chat go? Hello, Mama Steez. And we get everyone dashboard. I mean, true. This is this is what that is. All right, I'm gonna go back to full screen here. $60-38. They've gone double box on the main broadcast. This shirt's going, man. You love to see it. Okay. Okay, Shots. Nice little midi. A little bit of a flashback to his Hawks Talon days. Operating out of that left elbow ish. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Joe, like, I'm looking forward to that second game to see what Utah does differently, to see what we do differently, because I mean, I'm always down to watch the NetsGC play, but I think between now and these final 5 minutes or so, it's pretty much going to be vanilla both ways. Just neither team doing really anything too crazy, rotation-wise. Unless Utah makes some kind of miraculous run here, I think our guys are just going to be milking clock a little bit. Unless the lane opens up like that. What am I doing here? 84. That was double overtime. Huh? I was just quickly checking to see what our fewest points allowed was in this tournament, and it is 54, and that came against Boston in the last game in group play. Looks like Utah is going to break that. All right, the game's back on the main broadcast, but I think they're just waiting for the Gen G game to get back going, up and going. We'll just keep it here for the final two, chat. I like that timeout. I mean, this win should be ours. Like, it's only 2 minutes left, but we've maybe come out a little too nonchalant the last few possessions. I think really, like, with the win in the bag, I think this is just me purely speculating, but you kind of don't want Utah to go into the next game feeling good. Like, you don't want them to lose by double digits, but they hit their last 4 shots. Do you know what I mean? Like, just kind of cut off momentum and lock up here a little bit. Don't want them feeling inspired despite the loss. Way to put it away. I like that little mini flare up from Streets. No, Chris, this is done. But you definitely don't want Utah feeling good, and I feel like they're feeling a little bit better about themselves the last few possessions. I mean, we've let up, but still. Board. I like that no shot. Clock's our friend. And good night. There you go. Game 1. Utah went on a nice little run there, but I think after the timeout, I think we settled back in. I was a little bit more careful with the ball. Streets get stunned. That's giving back dribble. All right, ladies and gentlemen. 72-59, NetsGC takes game 1 in this best-of-3 matchup. Winner moves on to the Elite 8, which will be held live in DC at District E. The top 8 are guaranteed $12 grand, I think. So this is a $12,000 game of 2K. Was able to get the box score there before it disappeared. gonna try not to blind you guys. Change screens.
Side, though, it's Gallo knocking down a 3.
Just for now, until we get back.
I'm already going to start these conversations. I know they're only down by 12. If you're Pacers game and you lose this, do you go back to 5 out?
So yeah, 72-59. Green's led all scorers with 25. Glenn, 24 points on a perfect 9 of 9 shooting. So he was just, I mean, you can't really ask for too much more out of your backcourt there. They were amazingly efficient. Steez had a double-double, which isn't a surprise, 12 and 13. I know the 2K League had hyped up the center matchup there between him and Rhea, and rightfully so. Rhea is one of the best in the world, but Steez got the better of him there in that first game. Rhea finishes with 14 points, 3 rebounds. But again, the thing we were looking at was could we contain, Kel and, not have him go nuclear like he's shown. And, despite him finishing with 19, it took him 13 shots and 5 free throws to do it. He was 2 of 8 from 3. And he's been so efficient from the perimeter. So you got to give credit to our perimeter defense there with Streets, Glenn, and then shots helping as the back end. But that is only step 1 of the process tonight. It's first to 2, not first to 1. So ideally we end it here in a sweep. The guys are going to get a little bit of a break here in between games before they lock back in for this second game. Again, top 8 guaranteed. I believe it was either 11-5 or 12-5. So we'll just meet in the middle and just say it's a $12,000 game of 2K.
What are they doing? Hi. What's up?
Hi.
I'm so confused.
All right, struggle bus time. Look, Dirk, look. They are 3 for 18.
All right, chat. I think what I'll do, because just in case this goes to like a best of 3, and honestly, even if it's just a sweep, I'm gonna hop off stream. I'll leave it running, but I promise as soon as we come back on, I'll hop on as well. But keep it locked in. This is NetsGC Live. Appreciate you guys. Up 1, need 1 more. See you guys for game 2.
Hello? I was wondering why we were popping up on camera, and I saw the message. I was like, oh, the struggle bus is coming. I thought they were throwing me on the struggle bus. I was like, damn.
Nah, I knew, but once I heard you talk, I thought you might cue it up. So I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, oh, me, okay.
Yeah, the shooting not been the greatest, but I agree with your point. If you're Gen G, you really got to capitalize on this and pull it away. I mean, with the shooting of it being 3 of 18 in the game, or sorry, probably going to update you. 4 of 19 in the game for Pacers gaming. This should be one where it's blowout central. It should be so comfortable heading into halftime, which I think it's still comfortable. It's a nice lead, but definitely not where it should be. As they'll get it down to Feast, and he misses the dunk. Green light comes out with it. Now they got some numbers out here on the break. They take the shot from the left corner. It's no good.
I don't like that read. I feel like whoever was coming up on that right wing early, maybe it was range. But, yeah, right there, I feel like hit range there, let him make a play. Oh, what? Was it supposed to be a rotation, or? I feel like range just kind of like got out of there and just ended up giving up a 3rd.
It's helping him keep alive here in this game is the 5 points from the free throw line. Chess has gotten there 4 times, and then Greenlight had, I think it was either a clear path or transition take foul to when he went to the stripe, as Jay Snags can't get it to fall either. And now they'll wrap him up. That will be the 1 foul to give. 2nd there for Feast.
Like, what is up with corners today? They are 1,000. My fault. 50.
Million, some would say. Green light, though, trying to get him going. No good.
Yo, Pacers Gaming are building a new team house.
And green light from the elbow, no good. Another miss for green light. Even 3-on-3 break.
I have never seen nothing like it.
Oh, we got about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's a 12-point lead, a chance to make it some more here for the Gen G Tigers. They hit the Fifi, and it goes the flare up there for Crush. Anais now to the corner. It's going to be stolen by Big Rain. Jay snags the green light, and he won't put this one up. But it will be a double-digit lead. And 5 points scored in the second quarter. A total of 15 and a half coming out here for Pacers Gaming.
Yikes, to say the least. We hope that that struggle bus gets a little tune-up and maybe a car wash on the other side of this break. We'll have second half action then.
You are a pill, I swallow it. Take me away to Neverland. What colors fade my disbelief and make me forget my memory. Rent a car you can't afford. Put in a song that we both know. Let your hair out in the wind. Put the pedal to the floor. Flame your light and thick as smoke. Put your broken rip-off wafers on. Doesn't matter if the sun goes down. We'll still be up, still be up. Don't care about the place we found. We'll still be up, still be up. We're in this together. We both fall down. Doesn't matter if the sun goes up. 'Cause we will still be high when the lights out.
What's up, 2K fam? Welcome back to The Turn, powered by AT&T. It's your girl, Autumn Johnson, checking in alongside my guys, Dirk and JT. And we have game one already under wraps. Nets taking that one over the Jazz. We're waiting for that game two. And Pacers Gen G underway right now in the half. It is a struggle offensively for Pacers at this point, trying to get enough flow. We'll see how they come back out in this third quarter. Dirk, what were some of the flaws and the errors that you saw in that first half?
Well, before we jump into that, I want to talk about, you said something about a struggle. Something you're not struggling with is your setup that you got. People saying, I can't even realize that what's going on. It's a little small right there, but the people at home can see. All right, Autumn, give me the play-by-play breakdown of what are we looking at with your setup at WNBA All-Star right now?
Chaos. That's That's what we're looking at. Just a whole lot of malfunctioning going on. So basically, I am in a hallway in a sense, and I'm staring at a bathroom right now. You can't really see, but with that door open, I'm in that little nook. My suitcase is on this little holder for the suitcase, and I actually put a towel on that suitcase so my laptop can't slide off because it's slippery. I have a little table that you can't see where my iPad is sitting, and my mic, headphones in that little chair, and a lot of tape to hold up my green screen. So yeah, I am definitely on the struggle bus right now.
Oh, and something that makes this even better to everybody out there on the stream, this is Miss Basketball's room. So the 2K League connection coming through in Vegas because Autumn's room wasn't ready.
It's so bad. Like the way I was running around crazy, and I just so happened to see Miss Basketball. Like it's actually really wild. Everything happened exactly how it was supposed to. I don't know where Miss Basketball is at right now, but shout out to you. She saved my entire life and possibly my job because I probably wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like sitting there talking to JT, like we're talking to production, and I said to him, and like just privately, I was like, you know how hard this is gonna be for Autumn to do a show out of a hotel room? I was like, could bank on me and JT potentially like just having to take over. I'm like, they're like, no, we ran the connection. The connection Autumn's on right now is actually better than her connection at home. I'm like, what?
That I didn't know. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't hear that part. Wow. Well, all right.
Hey, when they said that, I laughed because I sat there. I was like, you know, you're not a huge gamer, but for like me, JT Harris, we got like the gigabyte internet. We can't skip a beat. Like we got to make sure everything's good. But when they said that, I was like, you know, I guess it could kind of make sense.
That's hilarious. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, Miss Basketball has me set up very nice. I mean, it's like a whole penthouse situation in here. And the view is nice. I have a nice view of the Vegas mountains. Shout out to her.
What about that giant sphere?
Okay, so about that, it's not even a basketball right now. I think it's later on or at a certain time, but I rode by, I had my camera ready. Nothing. It was just blue. That was so disappointing. Y'all know me. Y'all know y'all would have saw it on my Instagram.
Right?
Yeah.
So there was I think it's clear path foul that just got called right there. Sorry, transition take. And so another easy free throw. And the more free throws you just keep getting, it's slowly starting to inch them back in towards this game. But yeah, I see people out there in the chat. It's like, did they only score 15 and a half? They did. They put up 5 points in the second quarter for Pacers Gaming. And I agree with what you talked about, JT, with the Pacers, is that they were missing a lot of open shots. But in that second quarter, I think it was the most contested shots that we have seen from them throughout the game.
Yeah, they took a couple boogers, but missed a lot more open. Shot like
boogers has been the word of the day, I see.
You know, took a couple. Die.
Oh, what a pass. What a shot there from return of DJ right from the hash. As they keep going back to this 12-point lead. Chess does have a step ahead, though, of the defense. They go over to the corner. Jay Snags wide open. He connects on this one.
All right. There we go.
Pacers Gaming have officially already beat their total from the second quarter. Not even just 2 minutes in here to the third. They now have 6 points. They had 5 before we jumped into halftime. It's a 9-point game despite the crazy shooting struggles. As can the defense kick it up a notch? It's with DJ. Got to put something up. They won't put anything up, and they'll just take the shot clock violation.
That's number 2. Gallo has thrown 2 real cooked grenades DJ way, and DJ hasn't shot either one. He said, no, thank you. I'm good, family. We gonna catch this 24 seconds.
Green light goes baseline, misses that one, but it's Big Rain with the offensive board and another chance at it. And I thought there might be a shooting foul there on the pump fake, but they whistled there for a reach. That is Feast's 3rd foul. So power forward center combo at Gen G, both 3 fouls apiece. And Chess on the inside gets the standing dunk. 7-point game with them shooting 7 of 27.
Unacceptable by Jinji. Unacceptable.
On the other
7
side,
for
it's
28.
Yeah, 7 for 28.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, like, bro, that's, I make one shot every 7 shots. That's egregious.
Hey, what's up, chat? Welcome back. This is game 2 between NetsGC and Jazz Gaming. Brooklyn up 1-0 in the series. Utah gets off to a good start here. You know they're going to be with their backs up against the wall. They're going to put up or throw their best punches. Welcome back to NetsGC Live. Appreciate you guys for your patience. Mama Steve's, trust me, I know the wait in between does seem a little bit lengthy, doesn't it? But we're back. I'm going to go back to full screen. We seem to be going on runs when I take my face off the stream, so we're going to keep it that way. But yeah, let's get this done. Let's, I mean, you talk about efficiency. Glenn, perfect from the field, 9 of 9 in game 1. Pretty efficient if we can get this done in 2 games. That is a pass. Love it. I love it. I mean, that's not a guess pass either. He knew that rotation was coming. He dots up the corner easy. Shots has all day to get that to drop. Good response from the guys. Neg Dog, what's up? Appreciate you for tuning in. He's watching from YouTube for those who are on Twitch and don't see him on the chat. What's up, Neg Dog? If you're on Twitch as well, feel free to hop on over. Whatever the streaming app of preference is for you, lock in. Little wrap cut. We're on the main broadcast. Let's keep it here for now, just in case. Got to support the homies, Neg Dog. We appreciate it, man. We're all locked in. Trying to go for 7th straight victory. I'm going to have to look back into the record books, but I'm already certain that this 6-game winning streak is a franchise high. But I'm going to fact check myself. Trying to build up YouTube. No, that's smart. Me too. Good defense there. What a rip from Glenn. 3-on-1. Which way do we go? Oh, pull up. I mean, it was open. It was there. Steez crams it down. That's Glenn's first missed shot of the series. A fast break 3. Ooh. It's a Jazz. Listen in. I almost switched. If I can get a whistle here, I'm going to switch over. Man, I love that. Little baseline cut from Streets to clear that corner. The rec stayed on him, so you just take the fade if it's there. Greens does just that. 10-9, a little bit of a back and forth flow here that was missing from game 1 for sure. Yeah, Neg Dog, it's got to be a team record, you'd think. Oh, I love that relocation. Oh, missed. Okay. 12-10. This is going to be Utah's best punch, I think. We just got to weather the storm here a little bit, chat. I like that quick trigger. I really like that quick shot. He was just ready to let that one fly. Shots gets switched up. Oh, okay. I was like, where's the contest? Bless Street's heart. Always taking those grenades. Hate to see it. Ooh, that's close. I think that's going to be there a little bit more often than not now. Ooh. Oh no, we got, okay. Got dragged out of the play. Fortunately, he missed that. Like that quick move, quick drop. Extends the lead to 3. Let's see if Jazz Gaming hold this for last shot. Yeah, no, Neg, it's there. It wasn't there last game. It was the right corner, but Utah conceding the slip here early. No threes. Come up. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Oh. Okay, 17-16. I mean, you kind of expected that Utah wouldn't go away quietly. I think, I mean, like, headed into this week, there were quite a few matchups that the general public or those who follow the 2K League kind of would assume would be lopsided, and it's either been close matchups or in some cases, like with Warriors and NBL, it's gone completely the other way. And so despite how game 1 went, just based off how this week has gone in general, you think this is going to be a close one, and we're going to have to really earn it down the stretch. So the good news is they didn't come out flooding us. You know, they didn't come out and to like build up a large lead up or put us in a large deficit early. So that's good to see. And heading into this second quarter, I think, and looking at this box score, Cal getting off to a better start. But overall, I mean, the spread looks just about the same. Kind of mirrors game 1 early. A balanced attack from Greens and Glenn. Street's doing the things that you don't typically see on the box score, and Shots and Steve's just kind of doing that dirty work on both sides of the ball. Are they playing remote? Yes, they are. This will be this week. Neg Dog is the last week of remote. After this, it's in-person games until the championship game, 5v5 playoffs. So only 2 more days of remote play. Sid, what's up? Appreciate you for stopping by. First time chatter. Glenn seems so sure of himself in comparison to the tip-off, right, chat? Like, man, I love that. I don't know if you guys remember, a few possessions ago, late in the first quarter, Greens took a similar shot. It ended up being a contest. But it's like the threat of that shot. You know Greens will take it regardless of the window. And it just kind of opens things up on offensively. Glenn getting more comfortable with the squad. Do the other teams pack up and go home if they don't make playoffs? I mean, everyone gets to the ticket 2 weeks from now, Negdog. So they'll have to play in that. But after that, yeah, I mean, I'd imagine, unless you're one of the teams that are operating out of DC, I mean, I'd imagine you know, watch those games, watch the playoff games since you're already there. Good foul. Rex doing everything he can to get that ball to go down. He's just struggling with this shot, fortunately. Streets is just being a menace out on the perimeter. No, you're right, Nagdog. That's it. I mean, even this game, right? If anyone who gets past this last week of remote are guaranteed 12 grand. So this is a $12,000 game of 2K. Man, Steez is working down low. Good foul. It is, yeah. And that's just for finishing in the top 8. Did we get the contest? Oh, we got a 10. That's okay. Will the defense converge in on Cal? I mean, he gets the 2, but I think we're trying to shut down that firing range. Good defense. Oh, I mean, that's a Rhea type of rebound. That's tough. Got him. Ooh. Greens is just gets to his spots. I think one of the fun things about having this stream chat and SGC live is that, like, together, collectively, we've been able to see each player's kind of, like, growth trajectory. You know, we talked about Glenn's earlier just being so much more decisive, but Green's, man, he's always been a talented scorer, but he doesn't need a lot of time anymore to get to his spot. And look at this, chat. Like, the last few possessions, it's been Glenn on the point guard. Good rotation. Someone dropped down, though. Got lucky. Oh, Green's reached. Well, again, I mean, we'll take it. But as I was saying, the last few possessions, we've had Glenn be on rec, Jazz Gaming's point guard, and we've had Streets on Kel. And I think that's a luxury that most teams don't have, to be able to comfortably have the off-lock man up against the point guard, like here right now again. Is one... Oh, I should have jumped at that. Ria's not going to shoot from there. Was that Ria up top? Oh, is Ria on the... I don't think he is. All right, 35-27, last possession of the half. Yeah, he is. He is on the popper. Okay, well, 35-27. Strong 7-point win in that second quarter extends our lead to almost double digits. Now we're 2 quarters away from sweeping Jazz Gaming and advancing to the final, or the top 8, or the Elite 8 of the turn. 26 points from Greens and Glenn Ratty. Again, it's been like clockwork now. Easily one of the best backcourts in this tournament. And then, again, you have the defensive presence of the triple S's, Streets, Shots, and Steez, that foundation that they built up starting from last year, having that carryover, that chemistry, the camaraderie, and then, again, blended in with this elite guard duo has been the recipe for a perfect streak of success. Now just 2 quarters away from our 7th straight win. Jazz Gaming, though, putting up a really, really good fight. If we go to the main broadcast after this chat, we'll switch over. It's not every day that we're on the main broadcast, but the good news about getting a possible win tonight is we'll be on the main broadcast. No, not yet. Scratch that, because there is that B stage, and then there's always the command center there. But I mean, the further we get through this tournament, we'll always be center stage, kind of like it was in the 3v3 playoffs. Two more quarters to go. I mean, it's not easy to sweep a team either, especially when they're fighting for their playoff lives, right? Like, Jazz Gaming is currently... I kind of want to say they're not even on the cusp. Like, they need a really deep run to squeeze into the playoffs. They're currently the 9th seed, and they are 4 wins back of the final playoff spot. So they need to make it. They need to make it to the finals to even have a chance at the playoffs. So they're fighting for their playoff lives. So you are literally putting a team away for the season tonight, basically. I mean, you could win the ticket, but that's a gauntlet. Jazz need some milk. If you haven't already, Mama Greens, I don't know if you're in the chat right now while we wait for halftime to kind of go by, but you probably have already. But for those who haven't, if you go to the 2K League's YouTube page, they released a new video with Miss Basketball interviewing Greens. And it's like a 21-minute interview. It's their Behind the Screen series. It's a 21-minute interview. Greens lets loose a little bit. I know, like, a lot of the times when we see him in content, he's opened up a lot more since then. Like, I remember Media Day, we were trying to tee him up for, like, content questions, and all he would give me is one-word answers. And now it's just night and day. Even when I was with the team for the 3v3 playoffs and we were doing content, he was just nonstop chatterbox. And so in this behind the screens content with Miss Basketball, he lets loose even more. And so it's a must watch for sure. So definitely check it out when you guys get a chance. Yeah, Mama Green stamp of approval. He goes a little bit into, like, he dives in a little bit into his, like, FBI dreams and watching TV shows on the ID channel with Mama Greens. And I think he said CSI Miami is what he ranked number 1. It's all part of the Rookie of the Year press run. All right, I'm just trying to see what they're gonna do here. I'm actually gonna get ready. 35-27. Let's see what they do.
Like, this backcourt has chemistry already from playing together in the retail version of the game. So they know how each other coexist through and through, how to get the best out of each other, how to talk to each other, where their spots are. Like, they know each other in and out.
Chat, let me know if you want me to turn up the commentary a little bit, but here we go. We're on the main broadcast.
It's been a clean ball game in the first half, only one turnover. Third quarter action. Dirk, take it away.
You got 35-27 here in this one. Greens with 14 points, got 5 assists on 60% shooting.
Hopefully they take us to the end of the game.
Kelmav, a lot better game too, JT.
Man, we'll start the evening on the main broadcast, and I mean, fingers crossed we end the evening here on the main broadcast.
Here in this one, going to the second half, 5
Greens.
of 7, 2 of 3 from behind the arc.
I told y'all.
Limitless range.
I said what the move was for. And it's, like I said, it's a good move.
And they had that, that was the crazy matchup.
Let me know if that's better, John.
Where Kelmav and Johnny Red were just going toe-to-toe the entire game.
I'll keep turning it up until we've got the right level.
Toe-to-toe. They went at it.
Still came in here, so that's why NetsGC, they got the ball as Greens getting bumped around in the close range area. Step in from the free throw line, gets it to go. And it's a 13-point lead.
Backcourt is
good.
Filthy. I don't think we talk about them enough, to be honest.
Did JT say that true?
Yeah, I mean, I guess to keep it, you know, a stack with the tip-off, it it wasn't good, right?
Oh,
I mean, their performance showed it.
things
The
are
reason
falling
they
like
didn't end up
that.
making it
We're
to bracket
moving.
play.
The game is.
But yeah, like now they've given us something to talk about. Like with what Glenn Ratty and Greens have been doing in the turn, it's hard not to all of a sudden be okay. When it matters most, you are now propelling yourself into getting your names in the conversation of like one of the more elite backcourts that we have in the 2K League.
And the crazy part is, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they come out with that very loud game 1? I want to say
We did.
against
Hawks Talon.
maybe?
Yeah, it was a very
I
loud
think
game 1.
83-69 was the end of that game.
Greens had
Back in the
29
tip-off,
points.
Group play. And
Glenn
I'm
had
like,
22.
okay, this backcourt gonna be it. And
That's
then
what
they
JT's
just kind of start
referring to.
losing, but now they've just found it. They found it on both ends. Like this Nets team is a really scary team in the East.
Yeah, the game you're talking about. It was
Chad,
the
if you look
opening
at
of the
Shots'
tip-off. It was
camera,
against
there's
Hawks Talon GC.
JJ
It
right
scores
now,
exactly
standing
right.
by the ping
Then they
pong
went on a
table.
3-game skid.
Filming behind the scenes footage. You'll only see on
70
Instagram.
points all the way until the second game here of the turn, and that was against 76ers GC. They won 84-81. So their scoring drop off was insane. They went from 63 points to 62, then to 51, and it didn't even sniff 60 until the opening of the turn. So that's how bad it got. Midway through that skid, even the game that they won against Gen G in the tip-off, they were not putting up the points in bunches like they are now.
Ain't that switching? Look at them.
They average 69 points a game. They hold their opponents to 66. I mean, what were your, like, I guess, true expectations, right? We know how good Shots is. We know how good Steez is. When they made this switch, was there any concern by you to potentially be like, this is going to come back to haunt them?
No, because I feel like that's where kind of like Steve started, was at big with glitchy point guard like first Radiant, now Greens, and then Shots, like same thing. Even though I've known him to play 2 through 5, but like coming into the league, him as well, he was a power forward. So like they're kind of back where they started. So I wasn't worried about it.
That's a good timeout.
And there you go. There's a little bit of momentum now swinging over to Jazz Gaming.
That's a good timeout. You get a missed dunk that should have gone down there from Glenn.
Just to try to, recollect themselves.
Fast break 3 the other way.
For a moment.
Don't want to let momentum, 2K momentum, rear its ugly head there.
Score, how things stack up. Rebounds completely even. Turnovers, not a whole lot of separation. I'm just curious to see when somebody's going to take over. And I feel like it's probably going to end up being Kelmav at some point. He's got that 12 here for Jazz Game.
But hey, as long as we get the W, that's all that matters. It's again, you are trying to end a team season basically, like outside of the ticket.
Like Rec is contributing with 9. Like they all are contributing. It's just they need not really knocking down some open shots on top of. They just need to slow this backcourt down. 15
teams will be will take 15 teams will participate in the ticket, only 2 walk out. You're fighting for your season right now.
Phenomenal game 1 performance, 25-7. This one has got 19-5 so far. Trying to make it 21 and does make it 21.
He lost us
both of them. Like that was crazy.
We'll have to see if the fast stop will make its way into NBA 2K24. I know a lot of excitement starting to build up with the announcement of crossplay, and of course it gets to that point where all of a sudden we had no information over the past few months to where we were just gonna get
Chad,
flooded.
did you see Greens just play center there for a second?
That one over Greens?
Yeah, but it's with the left stick, so I think it might.
No.
But who knows? 2K is always changing.
Ooh, a rare Streets drive. He could have went all the way there.
Maybe some new gameplay mechanics that are be coming in. 44-36 in this one is a 3 from the corners. No good. Rhea secures the rebound. As we got game 2 ready to get underway here between Gen G and Pacers Gaming. To give everybody an update at home, maybe just start tuning into the stream. Game 2. But in game number 1, Pacers Gaming, they were
shots aren't falling.
24
What
from
is
the
going
field.
on?
Like, look at this. Oh, there we go. Thank you, production team.
Why are we showing social posts right
at
now?
halftime. The game ended 54-48. Pacers game only put up 15 points in the first half.
I can't even switch.
Crazy. And they were 4 of 24. And that makes it sound even better for their comeback that they were 4 of 24 at one point, and they still came out on top with a victory.
Are we switching?
There will be Gen G starting off with a score in there in that game too.
No, I feel like they're going to keep us here.
That's a crazy game on the mental. Crazy game on the mental if you're Gen G. That's a game you just cannot lose.
Big Rain tries to mash, but there was nothing there. And I know that we had brought up that conversation as if they lose, that they go back to 5 out. Well, hey, they won the game. So just keep going out there what you got. I think my concern in this game, too, for Gen G, JT,
I might just
is that Pacers Gaming, to your point that you had brought up, they were missing a lot of open shots.
All right, Green's with
if
a 2.
If they capitalized on those open shots in that previous game.
Honestly, I sold there. Like, we all knew that was going to happen. So I should have just switched from time. All right, let's lock in. I like that. Jazz Gaming were threatening there. We've kind of restored our lead. Got him. Oh, got a block. I hate that. Oh, that's a 2. That's a miss. That's even better. Chat, this is the hecticness of this is like I feel home. I feel at home with this. This feels like a classic classic tip-off NetsGC game. It's a good foul. Can we get 2? No, that's good defense. All right, we have ourselves a game. I mean, we've had a game this entire time here in game 2, but Jazz Gaming starting to pick up a bit offensively. I mean, despite that, I felt like we left a lot of points like on the table there in that third quarter, and even despite that, we only lost the quarter by 2. So that's extremely encouraging. The defense was good. I mean, Utah did miss a couple opens, but at the same time, we might have just kind of let up there a little bit. I expect the guys to really lock in and be super engaged to start this fourth quarter, because these opening 2 minutes, maybe two and a half, is going to really dictate a lot of things, right? You come out firing here as NetsGC, and then suddenly Jazz Gaming, they have to play reckless on defense, maybe jump lanes they normally wouldn't, try to hunt for threes and not take the 2s that are there. But, you let Jazz Gaming come out to, firing here to begin the fourth, and things get a little tense, right? You don't want to have to go to a third game. I think really the name of the game is you don't want to be the first team to call timeout here in this fourth quarter. You want to initiate, show some aggression here. Yeah, exactly, Mama Steve. It's just all about kind of keeping your foot on the pedal there. And final 6 minutes, but again, you guys know I'm a big fan of starting quarter strong and ending half strong. So here we go. Man, Streets, jeez. Like that is the definition of just a championship, like, winning type of play. Love it. Oh. Rex getting into his spots now. An oop! Oh my. I mean, it's there, Glenn. That's good. Transition? Okay. Chad, let me know if you want me to switch to main broadcast, but I'm honestly fine staying here. Oh, here we go. Got a game. Oh, we're good. Yeah, I got you, Jen. This one's a little ahead of the main broadcast anyways. Big finish, big finish. Good defense. Rhea takes his first shot of the game. There it is. No, he missed. It's okay. No need to foul. Oh, he... Bailout, chat. Yeah, we'll stay. We'll keep it locked here. Ooh, Green's hit that same exact move and shot earlier in the game. I thought that was going down. Don't bite. It seemed like he kind of... It seemed like it lagged now that you say that, Tro. There it is. Fall. Okay, that's all right. Dave, a listen in. All right. Big shot by Glenn. That's huge. Don't get mad at me, Jack.
If he's holding the screen, you can stop. I'm here. I got my wing. Have my wing. Let him shoot that, bro. I got my wing. Play my rim. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get some.
Another bucket. Careful on inbound. Shit. Whoa. Okay.
Don't do it. Sorry, bro.
Shit.
Frantic comms coming out there from NetsGC, but they still have the lead, and that's what matters most. As they got Glenn Ratty playing primary defense over here on Rec Combos, and they got streets on Kel, JT.
Has to be the... Not has to be, but just from what I've seen, that has to kind of be the call in this 5-out offense, because Kel is just the bigger threat. You kind of have to make Rec show you first. So it's not a bad game plan.
That might be miscommunication.
I got this fly in my room, and
we don't get a lot of practice against 5-out teams, so.
The game. Oh my god. Greens will throw it down.
Let's go. I love that from Greens. I mean, the last couple shots haven't fallen for the rookie,
Gen G Pacers game.
But
from last time I checked,
he's remained confident.
10 of the 18 points with Gallo getting the other 8
Here comes
there
Cal
for Gen
Glenn
G.
being tasked with Trying to stop him. I love it.
As the steal comes through.
That's great. What are we doing?
There you can see how things are shaping up. Of course, you can catch this one out there on the command center, but we'll be watching the conclusion of NetsGC and Jazz Gaming. NetsGC can hold on. It'll be a 2-0 sweep. We will see them at District E. If Jazz Gaming win, we will have a game 3. As Glenn Ratty trying to work out there in the mid-range. Nothing there but Steez, the free board put up for him. And NetsGC will call timeout. He's got 1 remaining the rest of the way.
Yeah.
61-56.
I was about to say, I don't know if you could put the non-lock on Rec. You got 22.
It's not even like they've been trying to like hyper or anything like that. It really just has been, as soon as we get up the floor, you're going here, you're going there, and then just kind of allow him to attack that. But yeah, he's having a great game. 9 of 13, got the 4 turnovers, 22 points.
I mean, the game plan has worked.
To capitalize on it though. I mean, there's
up until this
still
point.
Anybody's ball game at this point. We've seen the run that Jazz Gaming can.
Like
really
we've
start
led
to put
throughout
together.
all 8 quarters.
See Killy out there.
I know
Rhea
Rex
guarding
kind of
pick and
getting
roll
his
on
in this
Popper.
game, but the game plan is
you
you
put Rhea out there
contain
on,
Cal.
He's getting his in the pick and roll.
Yes, he is.
And Glenn is one of the best defensive 2 guards in the league, right? So I mean, you have that luxury,
at a
you
high
use
level.
it.
And when I say few, I think I can. What? How many would you say, JT? Like is center in a pick and roll
Look
over the
at
years?
that, look at that, look at that, look
Gets the
at
steal
that.
and throws it down.
Look at that. Like,
That's tough.
Rhea's a dog.
Who have we had over the years where centers guarding pick and roll?
Get out.
I know Walnut's always been one to guard pick and roll.
The
Dave
move.
Fry when he was in the league, of course, Rhea. Am I missing some?
No threes, no matter what.
I don't think so, but if we are missing anybody, go ahead and say it, chat, because I know how y'all are. So,
Oh, Dimes.
if we
Dimes.
missed
All right,
one,
Street's on Rec
yeah.
now, though.
Oh,
No, he doesn't want it.
well,
Foul to
Dimes
give,
this
chat.
year, yeah. I was about to say, last year was super.
We've got time on our side. I mean, no threes, no matter what.
Yeah, definitely Dimes.
Rhea will
we
get
at
it.
the
They get
corner.
it to Rec combos. And that gives them a lot of space as
okay.
Rhea pops out there. Rec will throw it down. Brings it to within 3. There is team takeover for Utah. Can they get something here on the inbounds? They do get it in.
No!
And it's going to be out of bounds. They got the bump. Jazz Gaming ball.
What's the play call? Rhea pop?
Oh, they'll take the quick 2. There's about a 1 second differential between that shot clock and the game clock. Now 18 seconds here to work with. Can they get another fluke? They'll call timeout this time. Their final timeout to advance the ball.
Ooh-wee. This is a big game. Like, one thing I'll say about that listing, I can kind of hear the frustrations from NetsGC. So to drop this game would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, JT has a point. We got to get out
And
of this.
taking a look, of course, they'll probably burn some time off, maybe trying to go for a trap, trying to get another fluky. If it gets into the foul game, the worst free throw shooter on the team is Steez at 71%. Next is Shots at 83%. And then Greens at 93%. Glenn Ratty and Streets, they are perfect on the 5v5 season when it comes down to free throw shooting.
You just got to get clean inbound here.
Get Glenn Ratty that peel.
17.9, ball advanced.
Here we go.
We'll see what NetsGC can do. Last time out, Jazz Gaming, they got the fluky. They pushed them out of bounds, got the ball right back. They sent Glenn Ratty deep to the other side. Now wants to get it over towards Streets. He pass fakes it. Now they get it up to Steez. This is the one you want to foul if you do, and they go immediately forward. But that's just the one to give.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See if they try to do that same thing again, and they'll go to Steez. So Steez stepping to the line. Statistically, the worst free throw shooter on the team at 71%. Can he knock him down?
Easy money.
He makes the first
Slightly
despite
early.
lighting it.
Nah,
let's go, Steve.
67 got a brick. I'm not hearing it.
Slightly early, slightly late.
Back-to-back white free throws. And Jazz Gaming can't believe it. They can't believe it.
Oh, man.
Two whites, bro. He hit two whites, not 80%, 90%, a 67 and a 79. 2K, he got to smoke one of those. I'm not usually the one to bet, and I don't care who wins.
We'll take it. Let's
but
go.
Just me being real, he got to smoke one of those. Like, oh, that's crazy.
I can't remember who it was night one. It might have been like the Knicks and Pistons series. Same thing kind of happened. The first one was a white that was like a 50-something%, ended up dropping. They greened the next one, but that's crazy to see. I don't think we've really seen that all year long with back-to-back whites. At least on
We just got to
stream,
communicate. I'm already past the free throws. We just got to communicate on this 5-0.
They do have a timeout. There's 11.6. JT taking the quick two.
Not no more.
We just got to talk.
I'm checked. Let me chuck up a 3.
We'll see if they do it. Rhett Combos is with it.
If it gets late,
they
I might
get
even
to
foul.
Kazi on the flare up, now to Kel. Glenn Ratty on him. And they've invested a lot trying to go for this. They got to call that timeout. And now you got to go for a 3. I need Coach JT in the mix. What are you doing?
I'm fine wherever greens, and I feel like set an off ball like near that and try to force that switch, but
what do we think of chat?
So
we
if
fouling
it's
or
a
no?
corner player, just almost run like an overload, almost, and kind of
No
like
fouls?
flare up
Okay, I'm
out
with
that
you.
corner, set the off ball, and wherever greens ends up being at, I say just take your best shot. Take your best shot at shooting over him off that off ball. Whether he runs over it, he releases, but this shot has to go up, especially with team take. It has to go up over greens.
I mean, a foul guarantees that they don't get a 3
Yeah, they
here.
tried throwing the flare up. You can see the little film
look,
review.
Look. Yeah, that's exactly what I want, but it kind of has to
I think
be,
they were kind of expecting a foul, to be honest.
I
at least
guess
for the
real
first second.
popping out corner.
Really,
But
I mean,
now that they know it's coming, I don't
my
know
guess
if
they'll just
that'll
play
work
straight up
like
here.
Let's get into it. Rhett Combos
Nope,
with it.
there's
Got to
the
get
foul.
to somebody, and they go the old-fashioned route. They end up fouling, so it's going to send Rhett Combos to the line to shoot
There's
two.
the foul.
He'll
I
make
think the
the
guys,
first.
especially with team take,
You gotta,
I think the guys are just
gotta
going to
get
live
the fluke
with,
again. The same thing that we saw
avoiding the
what,
fluke
2
here.
or 3 defensive possessions ago. They got to do it again right here. Bumping him around, and Green just throws it the
Love
length
it.
of the floor. High IQ play coming out there for Greens. 65-64,
I like that,
close
guys.
one here in game 2, but NetsGC complete the
I
sweep.
mean, there I was in
And
game 1, just kind of
29
complaining
points
that the
coming
game
from
was like
Green, 65-64.
not as
A
dramatic
nice
as
little
previous
sweep. Let's
games,
take a
and
look
then
at
we
the
get
bracket
that
to see
like
how
heart
things
stopper
shake
in
out
game
so
2.
far. They move along, and now they wait to see who is their next victim. Will it be T-Wolves or Hornets? That
Look at that,
matchup is
2-0,
going down
clean
Friday.
sweep.
We still got to see what's going to happen on the other side of the bracket.
Only sweep on this side of the
Pacers
bracket,
up
but
by 1, and it is a tight one.
there you
over
go.
here.
That was a
1 point game after
$12,000
half
game
for
of
the Pacers
NBA
leading
2K.
that
The
one.
guys lock
We'll
up
take a
some,
quick break and get right back
some
to
change for their efforts and for the stress, and they advance to in-person play in DC next week, where we'll take on the winner of tomorrow's matchup between Hornets, Venom GC, and our very good friends over at T-Wolves Gaming. But that's 7 in a row. You never want to peak too early, and I think this winning streak and this string of success has come at the perfect time. Fail, you'll be there. You'll be there with your son. How was your basketball game, your IRL basketball game? And you were dropping buckets. 21 and a half, I believe, is what your son said. But huge victory for the guys. Clean sweep. You don't want that. I mean, like, as confident as you are, and I think even from an unbiased perspective, I think overall NetsGC has been the better team, and you're headed into that potential game 3 as the better team. But I mean, with like momentum, and you want to get out of there. I'm just checking in with Kurt to see if he'll hop onto the post show with us, but huge win. Chris, depending on the day, I'll head out there too. Let's make it 8-0. Yeah, that would be amazing. Again, with tonight's win, that moves us to 90 points now, and a loss by either Cleveland or Charlotte tomorrow means we've clinched a spot in the playoffs, which, I mean, after starting the 5v5 season 2 and 4, that's a dramatic turnaround. Huge win for the guys. If we're able to get Kurt, again, guys, feel free to drop any get with the winning team. Yeah, no. That meme has been getting a lot of reps in lately, Jen. Yeah, should we be able to get Kurt onto the stream? Feel free to drop any questions or comments you might have.
Farm assist of the night. And we got to go to game number 1 of Pacers game and taking on Gen G Tigers. It was a crazy game. There wasn't a lot of offensive success early coming out there from Pacers Gaming, but as the game progressed onwards, they started getting it going, and it was a nice feed that was coming out to this one. Let's show the tape and how things ended up playing out. It was Big Rain securing the rebound and Chess over the head.
You remember
pass
when
finds
it
a
was
wide open green
minute
light
and
soaring down the
30
lane.
left
I mean,
in
you
a
can
very
see it. There
close
are a few
game,
baskets that
and they went
Pacers
to some
Gaming had in
stupid
towards his
super
first half. They only put up 5. So this accounted for 2 of the 5 points, but what a feed coming out there for Chess. And like a good neighbor, Chess is always there. That is our State Farm assist of the night. Autumn, it's still scrappy going into this game number 2 like we saw in game number 1.
Scrappy and gritty. I'm here for it. And now we are in halftime.
That's great news,
Pacers
Chris.
Gen G. We already saw that.
They say it's not about winning, it's about having fun.
But JT, when you look at this game that's ahead of us, it was a very low scoring second quarter from both teams, if I would say.
I don't know who is trying harder to play worse, but like I don't know what's going on. Like this is the least like offense we've seen, I think, all turn. I feel like. And these are between 2 teams who made bracket play. Like I need to see a box score or
I don't know if I've seen so far 2 teams both only score 9, and that was for the Pacers, and then 7 for Gen G in 1 quarter alone. That's a very low scoring quarter for both teams. I don't know if I've seen that yet.
But
maybe one team, but both?
I will give credit to defense. Because I know how it comes off. Oh, can it just be 2 teams playing great defense? I'm going to go with that. Because this series, like, yeah, 7-point second quarter, 9-point second quarter. Came out looking good, 18-15, and then both teams kind of figured each other out. Both teams forced a couple turnovers. This is a very interesting series that I just
There'll just be a few more moments.
Like, low scoring and gritty. Like I thought it would be kind of like high power.
7-9.
So I mean, we've been
second quarter
this entire week since we started off on the Tuesday. We've had high-powered offense, so I think that's why we thought the trend would continue. Coming into tonight, the lowest score that we had seen was yesterday from a team was 59 points put up by Dukes Infinitos in that game 2 against 76ers GC. Tonight, we've already seen 59 points coming out there from Jazz Gaming. There's the 54-48 score in this one. This looks like it's going to get right around that same range. So, yeah, the past 2 nights, the offense has been phenomenal. Lots of high 70-point games, mid 70-point games breaking that mark. But it's been a struggle for both series tonight for those teams to really get up there consistently in the 70s.
54-48. That's good, gritty Eastern Conference basketball.
You say good, or yeah?
You know, good but not good. Like, kind of, you know, what they're kind of known for.
(28-27). See if anyone could just start to take off here with this one. It was a crazy scoring outburst from Feast. I brought it up, but he has gone. Well, I was about to say gone scoreless up until that point right there. He had that 10 points in that first quarter, and now finally ended up getting an extra 2 onto it. So they did hold him scoreless there for an entire quarter and then some going into this. As Green Light from downtown gets it to go.
Good shot, good shot, good shot. This is this is why I say I love the turn the most, not only because teams start to, like, of course, turn it around, but, like, is that Yick? That's Yick. To look at these conferences really go at it.
Between these two teams.
I love to see it. Well,
Kurt should be on
not
his
so much the
way
gritty basketball
shortly,
part,
guys. Appreciate your patience.
Good defense.
And that was the one thing that got us hyped up about the turn, the new rule this year that went into place. In past years, we've had archetype bans. This one was the interconference play that we ended up seeing. So Western Conference team taking on Eastern Conference teams for the first time all year. How would the clash of the play styles go? It's been very interesting from what we have been seeing so far, again, with all the high-powered offense. But yeah, for the fight that Pacers game is putting up right now, I mean, Gen G, they've looked very good. I think that's why it's a little bit of a shock to us when you're just comparing, even looking at some of the numbers between these two teams. The good thing is, though, for Gen G Tigers, if they were to lose this game and bounce out of the turn, they are still clinched for the NBA 2K League playoffs. So at least that's a positive that they would be able to take away. But you want that money as Crush goes up in some traffic and gets it to go. It's now a 3-point lead here for Gen G. Green light will get over to the chest, and there's the rotation coming out there from Anais. Crush back to Anais. Oh! He mistimed it. Oh! I would have said no. Give me State Farm assist of the night again if they got that to go through. I said double it up.
That's tough. I don't think he knew it was coming.
Bro,
I don't think he knew the oof was coming.
That was the quickest dunk meter I've ever seen in my life.
It's no way. Like that's why I laughed, because it was so quick of a oop. And then the meter was quick. I just don't think he
this
knew it
game
was coming.
is starting to pick up, Chris.
Oh, that was tough. Oh, we got to replay of it. Here we go. Okay, now it's slowed down. There definitely was a little bit more. It's definitely timeable.
Yeah. I can't. Well,
bro, real time? I thought it just popped up red. I thought it was red. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I tried to make an excuse. I can't.
Oh, and they get the steal there right over towards J-Snack.
I feel like I've seen a lot of steals today. Like good steals where we actually hitting buttons. Like, oh, twing.
And that gets the timeout called there by Gen G after the Pacers gaming score. Oh, JT, going into tonight, was this something that you maybe would have seen? Pacers game taking game one, having the lead deep
Gen
in
G
here towards game two, the potential sweep of the Gen G Tigers?
Dangerous waters here.
Man, this gritty, no, I know they play defense, but to bring the gritty to the East,
all right, chat,
and then beat them at their own
We're ready to
game?
go here for our pre-show. I'm just going to lower that. Drag Kurt into the lobby.
It takes a load off of your
1 second.
the biggest thing. Because I've been telling them, yeah, are there places you play better defense yet? 100%. But
all right, what's up, everyone?
Hey, just talk a little lower, y'all.
There's a lot
Appreciate you, Kurt.
So that's what I'm saying. Make it
Here's Steve's
I'm saying help us.
talking about having his own little post game scrum there in the background. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got OG King Kurt, NetsGC's general manager and head coach. Kurt, congrats on the series sweep, a 2-0 sweep over Jazz Gaming, which clinches a spot for in-person play there in the Turns Elite 8 round. How are you feeling? How are the guys feeling? The first, both games, just different vibes to end.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, what you heard in the background, I mean, it's, you know, they never satisfied. I mean, that's what I like about them. They, you know, sitting talking about things that we can still do better. Definitely, you know, happy about going 2-0 and headed back to DC on Monday. But proud of this group, resilient. I mean, it's tough closing out any team in this league. No matter the records or anything like that. But you know, just I'll try to give you a little bit more enthusiasm and excitement. But I mean, I think we put ourselves in a good position. You know, ultimately we wanted to go to DC for the term, but the other ultimate goal is to make the playoffs. So I think we did a good job moving forward in the right direction tonight.
No, for sure. You kind of got two birds with one stone there. This has been the first series that you and Shots have played in a little bit, in some time, dating back to the turn of last year. And, of course, you know, going back to D.C. After missing out on the tip-offs in-person play. How does it feel to be a part of, like, a back-and-forth series after all of these, you know, one-and-done games that we've experienced over the last 2 seasons?
You know, that I talked, you know, Joe was here. Joe Gallant, you know, head of league ops, he was here for a Liberty game. And, you know, we talked about some of the changes that was made, and people forget, you know, stuff like that. I mean, you know, people want more fives games and things of that nature. But at the same time, you also get the benefit of not having to deal with a one and done scenario. Although, like tonight, if you take game one into, you know, consideration, we wouldn't have to worry about sweating out a game too. But no, it felt good. I mean, my biggest thing is about watching players grow and fight through adversity in situations, even sometimes if it's self-inflicted. And just to see, because it ultimately reveals the character of the players that you have in the room. And nobody really, you know, panicked or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Streets, you know, as far as him being more vocal and you know, leading the room. It's been great, but it definitely felt good to be back playing, you know, after going a long break in the tip-off, and then having a bye week, which is, you know, I thought was like kind of unsettling to a degree, but it's kind of even because everybody had to take the bye week. So nobody, you know, of course, you know, me, we were gone for a week. And, you know, looked like, I think that's part of the beauty of having a veteran group. We left, we came back, they got back to work, you know, knocked some league bye week dust off. Got the energy right. I mean, I know this team is going to wake up on game night, and now I know that they truly going to be excited to play live and in person, and you know, get some of that feel back like we had against the Knicks at OS.
You mentioned Streets, and you know, throughout tonight's contest, you know, we were talking in the chat how a lot of what Streets contributes to the team doesn't necessarily reflect on the box score, and it's just really like these moments that call on him to do something. He's able to kind of, you know, show up. And I think for me and people in the chat, one moment that stuck out, entering the fourth quarter, first possession, gets the steal, leads to a Steve's dunk. Like, just how he's kind of had a little bit of like a role change between the tip-off and the turn, especially with Glenn's emergence. Just talk a little bit more about, you know, Street's maturation process and how he's kind of taken on this new role like a vet.
No, without a doubt. I mean, first of all, I mean, Streets, you know, he may be a second-year player, but if anybody knows him or been around him, he's definitely an old soul, whether he's playing a game or not playing a game. And that's one thing I love about him. And, starting that fourth quarter, he was the first one saying, like, hey, we need to get a stop. He's the epitome of a great lock because all he thinks about is how the defense playing. It don't matter if we up 30. He's still worrying about, any little breakdown that happens on defense. He's still, coaching and leading on that end of the court. So I don't think he's ever going to be satisfied defensively. I challenged him over the offseason to be more vocal, to have more of a presence in the room, and he's done that. And I think me having a personal relationship, I understand his energy. I understand what he's trying to accomplish. I mean, he believes in his team. He said it after the game, like literally, like we fixed some things. Like we believe we're a championship team, and hearing him say that, I mean, it makes me excited because a year ago he whether who was on the roster or what the situation was, he wasn't even verbalizing everything like that, and I just appreciated that. And then also you see it on the court. I mean, I don't know how, I'm not really somebody who worries about who's the top this or top that, but I don't understand how you can watch Streets play and he's never mentioned among the top locks. Like I don't get that. And I told him time and time again is that I never even thought highly of locks until I got a good one, a great one. Like, I mean, I could have dealt with the league taking the whole build out of the game. But, he'll get his just due. And I love everything that he's doing on both sides of the court. I mean, he's making timely decisions on offense. But as long as he keeps lurking, the other team's guards and wreaking havoc on the defensive end, I think we're always going to be in great shape.
Speaking of the other team's guards, obviously a lot of today's narrative on the broadcast, and rightfully so, was just like the offensive explosion that's been coming from Cal on Jazz Gaming. And then today, you limited both Jazz Gaming guards in Game 1, and then Game 2 they were able to find a little bit of their rhythm, more specifically with Rec. On the broadcast, they talked about, Glenn matching up with Rec in the half court and Streets being more of an off-ball lock on Kel. Just talk a little bit about, that decision and the faith that you have in your guys, regardless of who's playing, on-ball defense.
No, this is where I share the wealth on defense. Glenn and Streets, they literally know every guard's tendencies that we play against. So, like, they're calling it out, even at times where we get beat. Or we may make a mistake here and there. They know instantly what they did wrong that led to the other team's success up top. So I mean, they just know. I mean, and when they keyed in that the defense is second to none, I argue that our Glenn and Streets get more on ball steals than probably anybody who plays up top. I mean, so. That's just a credit to them and how they do their homework, how they approach the game. The biggest part about it is Glenn being able to turn over a whole nother leaf throughout this run on the offensive end where we're getting a consistent, 18 to 20 points. And that's a lot coming from the shooting guard when you got Greens almost averaging 30 points at PG. I mean, I think it was a time in Game 1 where Glenn and Greens had more than Utah combined. So, it just hats off to the work that they putting in, the way that they study their opponents. I do my best not to get in their way. And that's what I tell them from the beginning is that if I didn't trust you, you wouldn't be here. And, I trust them 1,000%. I know where their mind's at. I know what they're trying to accomplish. And they're working their butts off to make it happen.
You have a 1,000% winning percentage as well in the turn. Last question from me before I ask you a question that we have in the chat from Chris Sosa. But we got to talk about the final free throws there in the end. Gave us a little bit of a scare, but Steez, the veteran that he is, he's able to get those to go down. Steez, you've talked about him just being the vocal presence on the team, and especially in that gaming studio when you guys are locked in. Did he give you any kind of memorable quotes after those 2 white free throws at the end?
No, it was more of a reaction than anything. But I'll be the first to say this: is that we've had a lot of things work against us.
You were right.
And so, cry me a river about us getting finally blessed a few times on 2K. I always say this anyway: you're never playing just against your opponent. You're playing against the game too. So sometimes it's gonna work for you. Sometimes it's gonna work against you, and you just got to be prepared in either situation. And for us, I mean, it happened to go our way. Still tip my cap to Comp. My brother in gaming. They battled over there. Definitely made it competitive in game 2. Kind of fought off in game 1, and kind of we didn't want to give them any momentum going into game 2, but
right.
They fought through it. But like I said, we'll thank the 2K gods.
Yeah.
For whatever they decide to give us.
No, they're still in debt to us, to be honest. Like, it's been super lopsided. And Jazz Gaming did get that baseline bump on greens that even led to that moment. All right, so with kind of moving past that and looking ahead, NetsGC advanced to in-person play, like we mentioned. You guys are back in DC. That in-person play will begin on the 19th next week. And so, Chris, in the chat, right, we take on the winner of Hornets Venom GT and T-Wolves Gaming. So Chris asks, in terms of matchup buzz, and this is a good question, do you think it'd be better to play the Hornets, who we have a longer rivalry story against, or the T-Wolves, who have more of a Season 5 rivalry with us, dating back to the 3v3 matchups we've had with them? Like, what do you think is... I know what your answer probably is, but from a narrative point of view, are you leaning towards one way or another, or it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got some history with both.
Mm-hmm.
Most recent history, this year in threes with T-Wolves, we couldn't escape them. And then it seems like in fives, we still can't escape them. We're going to be intrigued to watch the game. The beauty of this situation is we get a chance to match up and do it in person. So I'm definitely grateful for that. I kind of slide a little joke in here, is that, of course, I'm kind of going to be pulling for the T-Wolves, because that means we'll probably get to play on the main stage. So I'll definitely take that. I want to avoid stage B at all costs. But no, I think, obviously Hornets Venom, they got some things going on over there that they're going to have a different makeup and a different look to their team coming into tomorrow. So, we all know that can go either way. That's happened to them. This will be the second time this year, between add and drop. And then, unfortunately, them going through that situation. I know I've been there a time or 2 or 3. So, I just look forward to being ready to compete, man. It's been a great year. It's not over. We're not finished. But I'm definitely proud of the guys of really trying their best to put NetsGC in some foreign territory, but we want it to become familiar, and I think they're doing a good job in doing that. And it's kind of what I said in the beginning of the year. Results take time, and I think we haven't folded in any situation, in any mode, or anything like that. We just literally just put our heads down and just kept clawing and digging away, and this is the results you get from it.
It's Glenn already, tagging the NBA 2K League, asking for Stage A, because, man, depending on the team, Stage B is still undefeated this year. So, no, it should be interesting to see how that plays out. Again, we match up again on the 19th, so we get a little bit of a break. And then depending on how tomorrow night's matchups pan out, we may have already kind of clinched a spot in the playoffs as well. Kurt, before we sign off, I don't know if I'm mistaken or not. This may or may not be the first time I've seen you with this shirt on stream. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And no, it's the first. It's the first time. It's actually just
logo.
It's just my workout logo. I'm always branding something, so it's just something I came up with. I mean, of course, I don't have that body yet, but I got my OG 2 cents, fake tattoo right here, 937. They know how. That's where I'm from. And then just my OG logo. I could have probably put some more weights on there, but hey, I'm getting older in age, so I don't really worry about throwing up a house. But I do okay. I do okay.
Man, like to this day, you still outpace all league players in terms of branding and content. So, I always appreciate that aspect about you. Kurt, any final thoughts that you have for those in the chat, for those who may be watching the stream after the fact on YouTube or Twitch here on NetsGC, as you guys cap off a perfect stretch of games here in the turn?
No, I mean, thank everybody for your support. We didn't do this alone. I see everybody, the regulars in the chat. I mean, we building it, a family over here. I see Lady OG in here, Mama Streets, Mama Greens. My brother was in here. My uncle was in here. I see Coach Sav in here. Ryan Batawala from BSC. I see him there. Chris is always in here. Just shout out to everybody for supporting. I mean, first and foremost, it's not going unnoticed. Shout out to my guys for coming back and taking care of business and, putting us in position to be where we want to be at the end of the day. I just kind of ready to get geared up, get some R&R before we head off to DC on Monday. I think I seen my girl Trill. She had said something about the airport. We don't fly. Like we catch the train. Shot's not really a big fan of flying, and plus it's not even a long flight anyway. I like the train. We don't have to worry about TSA or anything like that. I just appreciate everybody. Stay tuned in, Chris. You're doing a phenomenal job. Shout out to JJ who was in here. Mm-hmm. Got some phenomenal footage. I'm telling you, when these guys are locked in, it's really a sight to see and experience. I just appreciate everything that they're giving. I know they got some more to give, and I'm here for it, and I hope everybody else is here for it too. They playing for themselves, but they're playing for each other, and they're playing for Brooklyn, and you all that supporting. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, love to see it. Again, this has been the most Kurt, correct me, you might be able to kind of fact check me here, but is this the most successful stretch of 5v5 games we've had in?
Hands down. Hands down.
7 in a row.
Hands down. I mean, Tariq Reed, man. Tariq Reed, I'm telling you, Rookie of the Year. Hey, stamp it.
Hey, no, it's not propaganda if it's fact. So, Rookie of the Year, Greens from New York, from Brooklyn. We love to see it, guys. I saw who OG's Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Whoever.
I made him that Twitch account while we was on the break, and then he texted me. He texted me in between. I guess he was struggling over there, so he finally got it together. I seen he was in here.
Well, the answer to his statement, whoever is next, is decided tomorrow at 6:30. That's the game 1 tip-off. Hornets, Venom GT, T-Wolves Gaming will take on the winner. And again, with tonight's win and a loss from either Cleveland or Charlotte tomorrow, we'll clinch a spot in the playoffs for NetsGC. We don't lock in again until the 19th, so make sure you guys mark that on your calendar. When we find out what time we play, we'll push that out to all socials. Speaking of socials, if you haven't already, lock in at Nets Gaming Crew on every platform you can think of, most recently Threads as well, so follow us there if you're not already. On behalf of everyone over at BSC and the NetsGC organization, Kurt, the players, thank you to everyone in the chat, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. Like, the love and the support, trust me when I say it does not go unnoticed. And like Kurt says, We are building something here very, very special, day by day, week by week. Enjoy the rest of your night. A sweep feels good. And as always, and actually more than ever, 7-0 NetsGC on top. Thank you guys for watching.